The feminine need the masculine so she can do her job better. The masculine need the feminine so he can do his job better. That is the normal way that those two forces are sometimes in opposite, but an opposite in the sense of giving power. So when I'm pushing for one side, I'm gaining also power because I get pushed. And sometimes it goes a little bit, but no of those two forces want to put so much force on it that the other is out of balance. Welcome everybody to our new podcast. This is a little bit a different podcast because perhaps some of you have seen it, but we changed our name from Authentic Feminine towards Authentic Human. The reason we did it is that the rising of the authentic masculine is happening right now. It is just beginning. There is not much what we can talk about it already. There is some, but not very much. But because of the authentic feminine and masculine are now rising, we want to name that fit the both of them. And of course, authentic feminine is also in men as it is in women, and the same with the authentic masculine. But we thought it was better to have a name that is for everybody clear that we are talking about humans, every human that there is in this world. So what that means is that the name is Authentic Human. We have also a new URL, domain name, Authentic Human, authentic dash. I will blend it in. Authentic hyphen. You call it hyphen, Robin?
Hyphen. Mm-hmm.
Human.us, us. And there is no website already, but there will be coming also a link from another kind of website where you can find all our podcasts, but also where you can subscribe to our newsletter. All our newsletters will come also there. You can find them back there on that website. But when you subscribe, you get in your mailbox an invitation to look at this newsletter. We try to every newsletter, so every week, every podcast, we keep the same rhythm. Every Monday is we have a new podcast, and also at that time you get the email from the newsletter in your inbox of your emails. And so every newsletter is about the podcast that is coming out. And what we try to do is some extra. The one week will it a little bit more, another week a little bit less. We flow with however the energies flows. And that's how we always worked. And that is how we cannot do it differently. That's the way we are. And that's the way we work. And, we try also, like everybody of you, not to be dominated with our left brain, but we tried to be guided by our guides and the energies that are out there. And this whole change from our brand, from our the name Authentic Human, comes also that it is advised by our guides. And then we say, oh, good idea, thank you. And then we we change it. Robin, do you want
Yeah.
to add something?
I like the way you describe that. So he's like, yeah, we got the message, right? And then we're like, oh, okay. And now we do all the changes, right? So I do. I love that the way that this came to us is so in line with everything that's happening. So when we started the podcast last year, it was Authentic Feminine because that was so prevalent. Those energies was what was so prevalent, and we answered the call. And we didn't know what we were doing. Well, we probably still don't, but we think we do. And we know more than we did, at least. We'll say that, okay?
We have some experience now.
Yeah, we're experienced YouTubers now. So yeah, we're just answering the call again. Things got where our messages were not so super clear with Authentic Feminine, and there was a reason for that, and we sat with it, and then the message was, perhaps with the energies that are now surrounding us, it's time to, and how it unveiled itself to me is the way that the feminine has been distorted, ultimately just one and the same. They're they're not two separate. Divine masculine, divine feminine, authentic feminine, authentic. They are not two separate things. They're contained within each other, as we do in our bodies. And if you have a distorted feminine, then automatically your masculine is also distorted. And so when you're busy doing your reclaiming of the authentic feminine, they'll reach a point where then you're going to have to come back, and the masculine is going to keep matching the frequencies. And so now it's time to step in and reclaim our authentic masculine as well. And so rather than showing me two things that are trying to balance each other out and like this dichotomy and a dance and maybe a battle at times, rather than that, what they showed me was this all encompassing ball of energy that has both masculine and feminine equal. They're equal power, and it's just a flowing in and out. And so I'm sitting with it on that level, because I've always seen the masculine and the feminine like on a spectrum, maybe like there was always a dance and a dichotomy, sort of. There was a separateness for me, I think. And at this point, that's not true. So I'm really quite excited to see what's going to come through for us to share from Authentic Masculine. I'm quite excited to see what that is waiting to be revealed. But can I just get all excited about explaining? I'm sorry, because I know you don't understand the astrology, but can I just have a minute for it is so exciting how perfect it fits. This is the soup that we're sitting in, so you get on your path and you just ready to go, and you've got your goal and you're journaling and you're doing all your things, and then all of a sudden things change. But you're still so set on that you keep going. And I'm really, really happy that we didn't do that, because this is a really big turning point. You know what? I heard somebody on YouTube also. It was a card reader. And he said he did all of his July readings, and then he does a bonus reading, and all the energies had completely changed for the bonus reading. He was reading like it was a completely different month. And he said, I don't know, he's been reading a long time. I know at least 8 years, but maybe longer. And he said that was only the second time that's ever happened. And I know anybody who's listening to anything about what's going on with the astrology out there right now, everybody is saying how absolutely monumental July 2026 is, and that's true. And so it's just so perfect, so perfect. So what's happening right now is, remember, 3i Atlas came in and activated planets in a series. So when 3i Atlas came in, I think it was July last year that we spotted 3i Atlas. And then she came through. She was closest to the sun in October, and then closest to the Earth in December. So that whole trip right there, she was activating all the planets within our solar system. And what is happening right now is the astrology now, with the new moon and the planets playing a part in there, is reactivating those same planets from the inner planets of our solar system to those planets. So 3i Atlas came from out of our solar system, brought all these new frequencies in, activated all the outer planets in our solar system, and then reversed. And now our inner planets, Mercury, Venus, and Earth, and Mars, are all activating. They're forming a relationship with those same planets that have now this new energy. You see, so this is what's the awakening of the authentic feminine and the authentic masculine, how it seemed like it was separate, but it's not. And so that's how it flows to me. And that is super, super, super exciting. And the other planets that are involved with the new moon and the full moon in July are all about, we already touched on the new body, new nervous system kind of a thing. And so this is all the energies that are in place to redefine and reassess. We got 3 planets retrograde in July, and anything retrograde means redo all the rethink it, redefine it, all of it. So it is absolutely perfect. Plus extra energies of a lot of what's being reactivated or coming back to our awareness. A lot of the ancient and primordial energies are being activated with all the comets and the solar flares, et cetera, et cetera. So the soup that we are sitting in has literally changed. So we're changing with it. We're flowing. Back to you.
What I want to explain also, it's not the first time we talk about it, but when we're talking about the authentic feminine and the authentic masculine, then we are going back in time till the beginning. And so it was the authentic feminine that created the world and or birthed the world, and the authentic masculine gave it structure. That far back are those original energies. And these energies are the energies that reawakening. So many people who hear about authentic feminine and authentic masculine thinking I have to be authentic, but authentic is not um, 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 that what your parents thought you had to be, and that's who you are. And that the word authentic we use also for that, but the energies that are awakening now and where we are talking about are from the beginning of time. And yes, there has happened a lot with the feminine forces from the beginning of time till now. And there happened a lot from the beginning of time with the divine masculine till now. When I'm talking divine masculine, for me, it's the same as the authentic masculine. Divine feminine, it's for me
Me too.
also the same, the authentic feminine. And um, so when we are talking about the authentic feminine and the authentic masculine, we are talking about those energies in the beginning of time. They are reawakening. The authentic feminine was already before, because that is what the force is the creation, is the birthing. So she has make room so that the masculine can come now and give it structure. So that masculine is reawakening now is a very good sign of that what we are doing in this world is working, because this original energy of the feminine did enough work that the masculine can now bring it into a structure. So we will notice it better, because that is a task of the masculine structure, to put it in the world, to manifest it. And Robin was telling already about the balance. So we learned a lot that men and women should fight and for the right. That is nothing. That has nothing to do with the authentic feminine or the authentic masculine. It is an balanced union from two forces that need each other to be better. And so the feminine need the masculine so she can do her job better. The masculine need the feminine so he can do his job better. That is the normal way that that those two forces, who are sometimes in opposite, but an opposite in the sense of giving power. And so when I'm pushing for one side, I need the power. I'm gaining also power because I get pushed. And sometimes it goes a little bit, but no of those two forces want to put so much force on it that the other is out of balance. Well, when this is out of balance, this is out of balance, equal. Not less, a little bit less or a little bit more. No, it's equal. It is one system with two opposite sides. But opposite sides has nothing to do with I am better than you, good or bad. There's nothing. It is a union. It is a oneness. And that union lives inside you. And the beauty of the rising of both of these ancient forces makes that you as a human can come in balance easier. You've heard probably your left side is your feminine side, your right side is your masculine side. At this rising of these ancient forces has to do with that also. So you can say a lot about why is this happening now. Perhaps we do that in another podcast. And there is already said a lot about why that is happening right now. But that it is happening right now and that is there for everybody, every human being. It doesn't matter how wonderful you are or how nasty you are. This doesn't care how you are or if you are a service for the world, for other humanity. This is for everybody there to bring you in balance and that you can make the best of your life in balance. And that's the invitation of it. You can be a nasty person. You can be as angry as hell. You can be, um, um, yeah, I can think of 1,000 things, and that happened also. There were 1,000 things at the same time in my head, so there came nothing. But um, that doesn't mean that you have to stay this way. You can always change for the better. You can always change, and it is not bad at all. It's even good to first choose you, to first choose being balanced inside, being happy inside, doing nice things, what makes you happy. That is, that is, that is even the best thing you can do. And when you are happy and in balance, and then you automatically start giving back to others. But look first to yourself that you are happy and that the life you are living is going step by step towards the way you want to live your life. Robin?
I want to back up a little bit where we touched on is because I really want to emphasize the fact that we are speaking to the inner journey. The divine, authentic masculine, divine, authentic feminine that we are talking about as a force, we are, as we're talking about that, we are talking about Mother Earth's inner world. Those are her forces of masculine and feminine rising and coming into balance and redefining. We are emulations of, expressions of Mother Earth. Therefore, that very same thing is happening within us, like it or not, aware of it or not, it's happening. It just is because we are part of Mother Earth. And this is her journey, and this is where she has reached in her evolution. So apparently us little earthlings have done very well with our paying attention to the rise of the divine feminine. I put my toes down long enough. And now we're rising the masculine to match. And it's important to understand that, as I love the way you just explain the balance and the not in opposition as not against each other, but as helping each other. Because as an art teacher, and any of the hairdressers out there, anybody who does things like this where you use color, you automatically learn what is the complementary color. Complementary colors you use to make the other one appear more bright, stronger, vibrant, bold. So they make each other pop. That's how I teach it to my art students. Put complementary colors beside each other in a painting, they make each other pop. And so that's it. Complementary colors on the color wheel are exactly opposite each other on the color wheel. So if you fold the rainbow into a circle, your opposite colors work in tandem. And so this is how the divine masculine, divine feminine works in tandem from the opposite end of the spectrum, but it's always a dance that supports and boosts the other. Okay. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And I also want to go back and talk about, really want it to set in that masculine and feminine are not a force outside of this body. In this body, like you said, left is feminine, right is masculine, and then it all comes up here. And this is the point. This is where, you know, everything is decided and everything affects everything else. So the dance of the masculine and feminine is right here, right around the pineal, right there. So everything will culminate. You rise and rise and rise up through the column, the spinal column, and it's here. That dance occurs in here, not in your brain, not in your intellect, but the very top of the inner vessel. And that's where that dance holds its position there. And each time that we breathe in, we breathe out, it is the exact same energies that have existed here since the very beginning of the divine masculine and divine feminine. We are breathing in and out and reactivating. There is nothing new, just cycles in and out of our awareness. So it is our awareness that has expanded to a frequency that now we're dancing with the divine masculine, divine feminine in a higher frequency, but in tandem again. They're not out of balance any longer, needing to be fixed. And that's one of the other things I wanted to comment on too was, you know, when we were focused on this whole thing coming through the rise of the authentic feminine, you know, we were still talking of healing and doing things that to be better or more or heal. There is no more to do that. And you can stay on that hamster wheel forever. But this is trying to get us off that hamster wheel and let us understand everything's in balance now at the higher frequency. So it's like we've raised our foundation from here to here and we're all balancing right here now. And that's our new frequency. All of these lower energies simply don't reach us. And so there isn't more healing to do. Now you're just holding the frequency, like you just said, Clementine, the life that you want it to be. You're holding that frequency. You're taking actions that your life feels like that today. Like, if I'm going to be successful YouTuber, I got a gazillion subscribers. Okay, that's not going to happen when I close my computer today, but I know it's going to happen. I can feel it. It just feels good. Might not be 100 gazillion, but you know, it'll be what we need it to be. I'm in. But I can feel it and I can sit in that feeling and then just let it go. And that feeling right there has replaced the worry of the old paradigm, where the old paradigm is like goals, 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 and make sure you keep checking that you're on track and keep those goals, because that clear goal
algorithm.
Yes, right? Yeah, exactly.
In,
And you
in
keep that
case
going no matter what.
in case you're wondering, we don't care about algorithms. We do what we think or we are guided to do. And YouTube changed the algorithms every so many weeks. So we do we,
We
authentic
do we.
we.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I
that's
interrupted
exactly
you.
right. Yeah, no, I was just kind of expanding on what I said, but that's good. I just wanted to make sure. And um in honor of of authentic everybody, remember that that in breath and out breath also holds the prayers of all of your ancestors and all the divine masculine and feminine, and that force, the divine masculine and feminine, remember, is, if you want to picture feminine and masculine going through your body like serpents rising to the top, and picture each of those serpents as one of those forces, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Okay, so please picture Mother Earth with the same thing, divine masculine, divine feminine, South Pole to North Pole. Let's go there. Okay,
Um,
it
w-
is that. Mhm.
we can give a practice with that also. When first I want to say, I've said it already before in other podcasts also. We call Mother Earth Pachamama, and Pachamama is not literally translated Mother Earth. Pachamama means mother of time, masculine, and space, feminine. And so in the name of Pachamama is already the balance between those forces. What you can do for practice to feel the difference also, when you are not completely imbalanced, you will feel it this way, is when you put your feet firmly on the ground, you feel, you have to focus on your feet and breathe in and breathe out deeply, and feel that in your left foot, in your left leg, is comes in an silver serpent that is spiraling around your leg. At the same time, it happens also in your right foot, but then it's a golden serpent. And they go at the same times, the spiraling up towards the underside of your spine to your tailbone. You saw that I'm doing this, but look if that's also happening with you. Or now I have to do, it can be also like this or in the other way, or just look how they spiraling up. Don't interpret, inter, don't think anything with it, just observe, be aware of it. And then they come together at the lower part of your spine, and then they go on also at spiraling around your spine completely up to where Robin before was talking about, the area of your pineal gland. That is a possibility, but it can't. But let those serpents decide what they want to do. And then can that the silver serpent is going out of your left arm, and the golden spiral serpent out of your right arm, also spiraling till the fingers, and feel that energy. So it can go up completely in your head to your pineal gland, and even further up. but it can also that it's choosing to go from your spine to your arms. And just look what happened. Um, um, those serpent energies, yeah, it's when I'm going back in time, those original, authentic feminine energies and masculine also, but it's more spoken about by the authentic feminine. It's that is the original dragon, and those serpents are as another animal, but also a little bit the energy of the dragon also. Some people, when they visualize those serpents through your body, they see dragons or they see winged serpents. That's it's everything is a little bit different, but in a bigger sense, it's the same. And but just when you see a winged serpent, then that's more important for you than a not winged serpent. When you see a dragon, then go with the dragon and choose what is happening inside of you. That is your way, and you don't need to do it differently because Robin has an winged, I don't know what in circling around the spine.
Who knows what I would have?
and choose what your inner self is choosing for you. That's the most important thing. Just practice. Do it daily, as often as you can. The more these energies come in you, the better the balance become in left and right. So masculine and feminine forces, but also when you has heard in between the lines what I was saying, you are already in contact with those authentic forces, with those authentic feminine and masculine forces when you use the serpent, dragon, winged serpent for it. So the more, as if with everything, the more you practice, the better you become. Robin?
I would like to say also, when I do things like this, what's been happening with me is I have, we're reawakening to primordial frequencies that we haven't been aware of until now. So they're not comfortable. They're not new. Like if you're following this and you get a visual, you don't know what it is, don't define it. Leave it. Just go, oh, I don't know what that is, but I noticed that it's there. It's the same thing as like I have like new feelings. When I get intuitive hits, I have certain feelings in my body that mean certain things to me, and that's changing. So I'm having to redefine my relationship with my guides, and I'm a little bit in the dark. I don't really quite understand it all just yet, but I do realize that it is incorporating this new, which is not new, but we keep saying it that way because it's new to us,
New
new
to
to
us,
our
yes.
awareness. Yeah. Um,
I can
the
I can also give an example for that. When I'm going a little bit to the side, you can see, oh God, that there is a dragon. That dragon wakes me up several times at night. It wasn't easy. or it's still, I rather sleep, I think. But in the beginning, I was um, 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 menopause back. No, it feels differently. and um, and it felt complete. But
Menopause
so
is
and
a dragon of her own.
she is. and and then later on, I started talking to this fiery heat inside of me, and I just started a conversation. So hi, I feel you are here again and waking me up, and I'm. It's freezing outside, but I am with no blankets on my body because I'm so hot. So what are you trying to explain or trying to do or trying to change in me? So and um, so I started conversations with this dragon energy. And even now talking about it, if you could feel the area around my solar plexus, that's just, you could burn your hands. When you were there with your hands, you would burn it. And the more I stopped my resistance against it, because it woke me up, and I really had to say things to myself. Yeah, I woke up several times last night. Am I tired? No. So why are you complaining? So stop complaining and just go with it. And um, is it always nice? No. It can be that probably you've seen it sometimes already. I can sitting here and not having it very hot, and all of a sudden you see my head like a big tomato. That's just what's happening, and I cannot stop it. It just belongs to this dragon energy that is inside me. And for me, it's a very sacred energy. Is it always fun? No, absolutely not. But it's um, nothing what has to do with growing has to do with becoming better. Um, Nothing of it is always fun. Uh, um, um, when you are very good in a certain sport, look what you have to do to become good at it. And most of it, what you have to do every week and every day to do that one match every week, or not even every week, and become a winner or second or third place, you have to do an awful lot of things. And this is the same. You have to do, and you have to practice, and everything what is changing, and also when it feels strange, and in my case, the heat is sometimes so big. Um, um, Embrace it, say thank you, and um, 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 the more tense you are, the bigger it becomes also. The more you say, I don't understand what you are trying to say, but do what you want to do. Yeah, I give you all the freedom. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I often ask for insights, and they are not coming every time, but sometimes they come. And so it's a conversation that you not always get answers. It's also a conversation without words. It's also a conversation in feelings. What do I feel? Um, am I? I'm now feeling around my solar plexus. Is there enough freedom for this energy? to rise towards my heart. So I'm checking in if that is, and yes, and now it's going up my heart, towards my heart. Can it go down in my abdomen? So I checking that if that heat from my solar plexus can also go down. And yes, I'm feeling now balancing left and right, masculine, feminine, that it's towards my right a little bit easier than to my left. Opposite. This is right. To my right, a little bit less good than to my left side. It's easier. I don't want to, at that time, I don't want to have any reason why that is. Especially not when this happened at night. When it's happened in daytime and I have time to do, okay. Then I'm asking the same energy, can you explain what is going on there? Why, where is it? I'm of course very well trained in anatomy, so and because I'm so sensitive, I can also feel every uh, um, little part of my body. I know exactly what it is. If it's bone, is it muscle, is it the connective tissue, if it's a colon or if it's a pancreas, I know everything. So the energy can push somewhere and I know the structure where it's pushing. That's so for me, that's a little bit easier, but that's just my specialty and you have another specialty. Um,
Can I
and
pop in?
so as when I'm making this sentence ready, then you go, and so you can help yourself through all those things, Robin.
So I'm panicking over here because I can hear people go, yeah, but I don't know anatomy and I can't do that. And I don't exactly. I don't either. I do not know anatomy like you do. I can, but I do very same what you do. I move the energy. I follow the energy. Just go here, just go there. Ah, it won't go there. That seems like it's a block. Do I have to know why? No, I don't. If
Do
I
you
do, it
do you
becomes
know?
apparent to me. It's just revealed.
And you also don't
So
know
I
have
just
to
notice
know
where
what
the
of
energy stops.
yeah, you don't know what kind of structure it is. Eh, Um,
Right.
I have my specialty, you have your specialty, and it
Mhm.
nobody of um, when this would be important for you to have this knowledge of an anatomy, then you would have it. Then you would have done that kind of school, and so don't allow yourself to say those things what Robin just said. Yeah, but I cannot do that because I don't have the knowledge of anatomy. That is what you actually are saying. I don't want to do it. That's what you are saying.
Mhm.
And you of
Mhm.
course are free to do it or not, but start or stop complaining. Just do it and let the energies guide you. You know enough. You don't need to know all the details.
And again, I'm going to throw in right here, this is optimal journal stuff, especially if you're just new to moving energy around and paying attention to where it is and what it's doing in your body, especially if you're new to that. Grab a journal, put the date down, just write down what you did, what you noticed, and just leave it at that. Leave a little blank at the bottom so you can come back later and add notes. And then later you'll hear somebody like how I'm saying this astrology soup in the sky right now is going back and collecting stuff that happened in October. But you can open your journal and go, what was going on in October? And you go, oh, look, I have the same thing happening. Now, what does that mean? You'll probably have an answer at that point, right? So I think journaling is super, super, super helpful for this kind of work. Any kind of work. I love journaling because of it patterns, pattern recognition, and, you know, we don't store it all up here. We miss patterns. Mhm. I have journals all over my house, everywhere. Yeah. Yes, I like many of them, right? I got
They have
some I've
just
drawn pictures and I don't even know what they mean. I keep visiting. I'm like, I really like that one, but I don't know what it means.
no. This is journaling authentic human. Probably here is still standing authentic feminine, but this is journaling authentic humans. Everything podcast related, and this is me. What I'm not starting to explain what's all written in there.
You're not going to tell us what's in there? Me, that's what's in there. It's me. So we're journaling, paying attention, not judging, not trying to interpret. And here's my favorite thing about evolving into authentic human is authentic human is very, very reflective, like a mirror of the Aquarian age. And if you know anything about astrology, Aquarius is exactly what we're doing here, authentic human. Aquarius is the authentic human with absolute balance, masculine and feminine, androgynous being. So it's absolutely perfect energies. Just I'm so excited about this switch. I really am. I don't think I have anything. Oh, here's the one that came to me of because then I was like, well then what is our purpose for the Authentic Human podcast? What is our purpose? And you know what I heard? Living aligned. That's all. That's all about being aligned. And so that's all it is now, which is strange not having anything to do or focus on or have a goal, but that's it. It's just living aligned. So I love, the energy. Can you rise it up to your heart? Because here's my 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 download. So I don't me or if it's for everybody, but it's mine. And that it's all how that you be this authentic human. It's all about heart mind coherence, having them working together in tandem instead of one and then the other and then the other and maybe sometimes. So that's how it's given to me. So that's my visual.
What a beauty I think is about being aligned is about that it not said to with what you are aligned. Don't fill that in. Just being aligned, and be aligned, not do aligned. It sounds like we are at the end of the podcast.
Think so.
Thank you for watching till the end. What I will do is putting QR codes, perhaps you've seen them already on the screen, where you can subscribe to our newsletter. And it would be very nice uh, for us that we can communicate more and more and more with the viewers of this podcast and listeners also, of course. And that's one way we also like to communicate with you. So when you like it, please subscribe to our newsletter. In the following weeks, there will be coming the website, and everything will change, and everything is growing towards the authentic human. We'll see you next week. Bye.